Adventists unite with the United Nations Population Fund to accelerate reproductive health services, abortions, for women and girls. The UN is using COVID-19 to push abortion. Should Adventists support the agenda of the United Nations connected with the COVID-19 virus? The mandatory lockdowns have made it very difficult for women and girls to have access to reproductive health services, abortions, for women and girls. Should Adventists be concerned about this? In bed with monsters, Adventists unite with the United Nations Population Fund to accelerate reproductive health services, abortions, for women and girls. 2021, a defining year for accelerating gender equality, equity, and justice. My question is the lack of access to abortion services equivalent to a lack of justice? Does justice require easy and perhaps free access to killing innocent human beings? Society does not provide easy access to the sexual abuse of children. Why then is society pushing for the easy access to what is more violent, the killing of children? Seventh-day Adventists, in conjunction with the World Council of Churches, the United Nations Population Fund, UN Women, and other organizations are coming together to reshape, recover, and rebuild the world from the COVID-19 pandemic. The agenda for this event will address how the COVID-19 pandemic has affected women and girls and how the mandatory lockdowns have trapped many of them with their abusers. They will also discuss how certain services that many women rely on have been shut down. And what are those services? The official sponsors of this event say that the COVID-19 lockdowns have caused limited or no access to reproductive health services for women and girls. Poor women and girls, I say, they are trapped in their homes due to the mandatory lockdowns and thus unable to kill their own unborn children. What a tragedy! Pardon the pun. Let's be very clear about what the United Nations and many of these globalist organizations mean when they use the words reproductive health services. They are talking about abortion. This means that faithful Seventh-day Adventists are being sold out by church leaders to one of the most notorious violators of the law of God, the United Nations Population Fund. Reference: UN Population Fund adds abortion to fine print of sexual rights goals. Can you believe this? Killing children has now become a sexual rights goal. Can society sink lower than this? Should Adventists support this devilish moral endeavor? In UNFPA's recently released analysis, the agency makes clear its view that abortion is a component of sexual and reproductive health and reproductive rights, SRHRR. Reference: the UN is using COVID-19 to push abortion. The US is rightly pushing back. This is no longer true. A new sheriff is now in charge of our country. Donald Trump was described as the most pro-life president, but he is no longer our president. And, unfortunately, our new president is determined to push abortion as it has never been done before by someone occupying the White House. Under the pro-life leadership of President Trump, protecting the unborn was high in his agenda. But just last week, the acting administrator for the U.S. Agency for International Development had to write to UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres to urge that the United Nations stay focused on saving lives and not be promoting abortion. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres. The World Health Organization has a well-documented history of promoting abortion, even in countries where it's illegal or restricted. Reference: the UN is using COVID-19 to push abortion. Should Adventists support the agenda of the United Nations connected with the COVID-19 virus? Save this video. Please, share this video with your friends. And watch the videos listed below. And post your comments below.